It is my fear that in view of the direction in which things are moving today, the political and economic dynamics of the countries of the world may lead to a world war. Therefore, it is the duty of the superpowers to sit down and find a solution to save humanity from the brink of disaster.
You understand at a profound level that promoting religious freedom is an essential building block for peace and stability here and throughout the world. In this we are allied with His Holiness, a courageous champion of religious freedom and of peace.
Allah ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika
Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad is the present head of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, the most dynamic international community within Islam. The community was established by Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad in Qadian, a small and remote village in India. He claimed to be the expected reformer of the latter days, the one awaited by all major world religions. Within a century, the movement has reached all the corners of the earth and has been recognized and praised by the global community.
The huge respect we all have, for your work day by day in making a reality of peace and brotherhood across the communities in this country and across the world.
Wherever the movement has been established, it endeavors to exert a constructive influence of Islam through social projects, educational institutes, health services, Islamic publications, and the construction of mosques. These endeavors continue, despite the bitter persecution that the community suffers in some countries.
We need all the goodness we can find in today's world.
Britain has welcomed the headquarters of the Ahmadis in this country, but it hasn't become something that's become, as it were, a closed sect in Britain. It's become a community that has sought to reach out to all of us. And that's very important, because the best way to break down the barriers of misunderstanding and prejudice is for that contact to happen, and I thank you for that.
Is the contribution that you make to wider society and the important charitable causes that you support, not just for your own communities, but for the wider communities. And that is to be acclaimed and that is to be applauded.
I have personally experienced and heard that you have raised tens of thousands of pounds on sponsored walks for children, older people and people with disabilities. And most significantly of all, you have not distinguished between faiths, ethnicities or communities. Africa, India, Bosnia and Indonesia, amongst other places, your community here too have an extraordinary reputation.
The community was created under divine guidance, with the objective to rejuvenate Islamic moral and spiritual values. It encourages interfaith dialogue, diligently defending Islam and attempting to correct misunderstandings about the religion in the West.
I very much welcome this opportunity of paying tribute to the wonderful work which has been done by the Ahmadiyya community towards building bridges between the different communities in our country, between different ethnic, linguistic, and religious groups up and down the country.
Most have incorrectly interpreted Islam as endorsing violence and terrorism. The Ahmadiyya community has always demonstrated the spirit of tolerance, goodwill, and true brotherhood. It advocates peace, love and understanding among followers of different faiths. It firmly believes in and acts upon Quranic teachings. It strongly rejects violence and terrorism in any form and for any reason.
Your interpretation of jihad has always been in stark contrast to the extremist imams that we all deplore.
We especially applaud His Holiness for denouncing those who pervert faith by claiming it as a justification for violence. However we define God, it is wrong to kill in His name.
We acknowledge and celebrate your commitment to peaceful dialogue with people from other faiths, and we acknowledge the very good work that you do within our communities.
But the Ahmadi community has a very special place in my affection because of its commitment to peace and to justice based on love for all and hatred for none. So continue to reach out to your fellow citizens wherever you may be living, wherever you may be worshipping, for in truth that is the way in which a harmonious society, a tolerant society, a loving and creative society can be built here in Glasgow, here in Britain, here in Scotland, and throughout the world.
That unless there are people in all sorts of different communities and all sorts of belief systems who fundamentally want peace and are willing to talk about it, then we're never going to get anywhere towards the kind of society that I believe that most people would like to live in.
Let us make a resolution. Let us make this resolution to promote the message of peace and brotherhood, that people of different religions should not quarrel and fight with each other, but should accept and tolerate and live together in that spirit of brotherhood and peace, which is the essence of your religion.